Music is such an important and complicated part of video game design.
This week, Goose visited students who are part of the video game ensemble at the Australian Institute of Music.
I would probably say my favourite game soundtrack is Perfect Dark.
It would have to be The Witcher 3.
I'm gonna say Undertale.
I do actually play The Sims on occasion.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Well, it's really difficult with something like, what is window music?
It mixes in folk music from Poland.
It's a really nice combination of Gregorian chant.
It's just got a great blend of action and suspense.
That they use like these synths and sweep sounds to give you a sense of the space.
And it's really just seventh chords, to be honest.
Video game music is a powerful tool that can help bring a game to life, and the Australian Institute of Music have begun working with their student composers to create dynamic pieces for indie developers. I sat down with Megan O'Neill, who runs the course, to find out more. So Megan, first of all, can you tell me a little bit about the program you run here at AIM?
I run two parts to it. One is Sound and Interactive Media, which is an elective course, and the other one is the Video Game Ensemble, where we make soundtracks for a video game, like a full soundtrack for a game every 12 weeks. The students here at AIM are composition students, so they're studying for a Bachelor of Composition. They have a range of interests and experiences. So basically, a lot of them compose electronic music, some compose live music. They enjoy different styles. I mean, they're just a very diverse bunch of musicians, really.
I was first a gamer, and I think that pendulum swings back and forward, and there's like phases that I kind of go through. And I did spend about 18 months where I didn't play a single video game, and I focused on music composition and production, but now it's heading back the other way again.
I think music for me, like in video games, is a very big part of the gaming experience. Like I will seriously sit there and play a retro game for like half an hour on an emulator or something just to hear that music and kind of immerse myself in, you know, that happy chiptune kind of world.
I think a lot of people really enjoy music in kind of AAA games and big games, but a lot of the really innovative things are happening in indie projects. Because of my sort of tangential work with reviewing indie games, I actually know quite a lot of indie designers, so I was able to find suitable projects which are the right size and scope for us to be able to score.
So I met Megan O'Neill, and she was looking for an independent game to collaborate with her students. So at first I was a bit hesitant because it's like, okay, you want 6 people to make music for one game, but very quickly they were sending through examples of work, we were sending feedback, and it just worked really, really well.
The students have certainly told me that they really enjoy working to a brief, and then they kind of put out what they think the developer is kind of wanting with their own unique stamp on it as well, obviously. And they actually really enjoy the process of somebody else listening to their work and giving very critical feedback.
I think being forced into certain creative limitations, such as those with Blind Blades, which the developer asked us to use taikos and East Asian instrumentation. Having that kind of creative constraint is a way to kind of flex that creative muscle and head in just like different directions that you wouldn't think of in your regular practice.
When we were making the music for Postbug, I started off deciding I was going to make the music for the jungle area, but then I kind of started working on it, came up with this really funky kind of jungle beat, and I was like, yes, I'm so proud of this. I sent it to the developer and he wasn't very happy with it. He said he wanted something a bit more ambient, and that was when I kind of started to struggle and thought, okay, what do I do with this now? Because I was really in love with this kind of jungle beat, so now I'm gonna have to change it up.
It's a lot of guessing what they might like if they don't like that, and not being too attached to what you do make out of that, so that like when they don't like it, you're not like offended or anything.
I guess the big thing when you're working on a project like this is often the person you're working for has a fairly good idea about what they want. So it's just a matter of seeing that through and then trying to refine it to exactly what their vision is.
Mixing your ideas with the ideas that the developers have as well, and kind of meeting kind of like at a middle point where you both agree with what is good for the game.
A lot of my students come through the door feeling not very confident about their ability to pitch music to developers, but their music is excellent and their ideas are good. The game ensemble in particular is a really useful way to kind of create a supportive environment whereby they can practice their skills and gain that kind of confidence.
You bring everything you've learnt into this, because this isn't just what is video game music. It can be literally anything, and you can bring anything that you've learnt before into this. And the challenge is trying to make that work, I guess, molding things that you already know into this.
Since we're studying at a music institute, we can learn about different cultures, about different music from other places in the world. And that's a way to implement a wider variety of music into a video game. And I guess film has been doing that for a long time now. And I guess it's up to video games to now kind of catch up, especially in that artistic element.
We can demonstrate the future opportunity and potential for music to support player experience, probably in ways that designers don't ordinarily consider. It can be very isolating and difficult to learn these things by yourself. So I think education does provide an opportunity for us to actually put together a supportive environment which can be vocational and, kind of support people in their learning and making it start.